real sport, black and white, just sport, one height, one source, black and white, just sport, whatever sport, we gon' have the latest news. Just sports is a vibe, it's a mood. Grab a drink, grab a snack or some food. We gon' put it all together like glue. Real life, real sport, black and white, just sport, one height, one source, black and white, just sport, whatever sport, we gon' have the latest news. Just sports is a vibe, it's a mood. Grab a drink, grab a snack or some food. We gon' put it all together like glue. Straight to the point. Guess who won the game by how many of the points? Anything about the game, this the one and only joint. Black and white game, black and white, just sports. NBA, NFL, we got it all. We got the news if it's dealing with a ball. You know the hype, black and white, just sports, y'all. It's a vibe, black and white, just sports, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am back for Black and White Sports. Kind of switched it up. I've switched up the name a little bit. I got rid of just. At this point, I'm like, is it really necessary? When we first started this, me and Dante, I wanted it to be strictly about sports, so that's why I threw the just sports in there. But I felt like it's time to switch it up. It's not needed anymore. Talk about sports. That's it. So for Black and White Sports, I'm Pat. I am back with the latest episode. I gotta figure this thing out so it's not like all blocking my face. I think that works. But hey, here with the latest episode, the third solo. Got my little winter hat going on. You know, staying warm. It's cold out here in Cleveland. For that being said, all the social media shit, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Join the groups, like the pages, follow us, follow me. YouTube, man, I'm still trying to get subscribers. I got a lot of views this week. A lot of views for me anyways. Bunch of views up. So go subscribe to the YouTube page. Excuse me. With that being said, we'll jump right on into it. I'm going to start off with last week's predictions. See how I did last week on these scores. Man, got like a gas bubble in my chest. Excuse me. Hope I got the right one laid out here. Okay, so here we are. Bamboozle. Yes, okay, there we go. All right, so the Colts, Saints. I believe I missed that. Or not Colts, Cowboys. I don't know why I'm saying Cowboys, Saints. I picked Cowboys. I guess I got it in before the game started. So Cowboys versus Saints. I went Cowboys. I mean, listen, Dak didn't have a great game. It's crazy because for 238 yards, a touchdown and an interception, we're like, Dak Prescott didn't have a good game. It's still 238 yards. He did have the interception. I don't know, just seemed rough for him to get going for a little bit there. The running game was basically obsolete. Tony Pollard had 71 yards, and like 50 of those came on one run. He had like a 50-yard rush for a touchdown, which, number one, I was pumped. I mean, it's my team, but I was salty because I thought it was Zeke because I needed fantasy points. Ezekiel Elliott, man, has been like a non-factor for 2-3 weeks now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's just on the decline at this point in his career. Did he just hit a rough patch? But, man, 13 rushes, 45 yards, no touchdowns. That's not going to get it done. Like, CeeDee Lamb had a rush for 33 yards. One rush for 33 yards. He basically had all your rushing yards in one, and you had 13 carries. Something's going on with Zeke. I know they've been saying, I think his knee's bothering him. He's banged up a little bit. But, I mean, at this point in the season, everybody's banged up. Get through this shit, my guy. Come on now. Zeke, get it together. Not only for a Cowboys fan, for the Cowboys fans out here outside of me, but for me as a fantasy owner, we're getting down to the playoffs here, okay? I'm going to need you, and I'm going to need those points. And you did not get it done this week. Listen, I keep fucking praising this man every week. CeeDee Lamb is a monster, all right? 7 receptions, 89 yards. But catch after catch for first downs. He's an impact player. It seems like that's Dak's guy. Amari Cooper, his first game back, 2 receptions for 41. So nothing serious, but I mean he not participated, but he helped. What's the word I'm looking for? We'll just say he did his part. We'll go with that. Dalton Schultz, love this guy at tight end, 5 receptions for 43 yards. The defense turned it up, and you know what? I'm not gonna go crazy because it's still Taysom Hill, and I think Taysom Hill's a bum. Taysom Hill had 4 interceptions. Diggs again had another interception. I think that's 9 for the season. I think it's 9 for the season. And then Parsons, another sack. I think he's got 11 sacks on the season. The defense stepped up. Again, it's Taysom Hill. I think Taysom Hill's a bum as far as quarterback. He's a nice, overall player, receiver, running back. Throw him in the backfield as a quarterback a couple times, but as a starting quarterback, there's a reason why he lost out the job to Jameis Winston. And there's a reason why when Jameis Winston went down, they went to I was going to call him Simeon Rice. Damn, what the fuck is his name? Terrible. Let's go back a couple weeks. Nope. Give me 1 second here. Bad job out of me. Trevor Simeon. There we go. Oof. I had Simeon right. But there's a reason why they went to Trevor Simeon instead of Taysom Hill when Jameis Winston went down. Taysom Hill is not a good quarterback. He's an okay quarterback at best, I would say. 19 for 41. About 50% completion percentage. 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, but again, he had 4 interceptions. He was just a mess. So, Cowboys rolled. They needed that win. They were in a funk for a little bit. They're 8-4. They're back on track. Let's get it. Colts, Texans. This game was even close. Texans didn't score whatsoever. I picked the Colts. Texans continue to be a mess. I think Tyrod Taylor went down. Davis Mills came in. There's not much else to say. Jonathan Taylor, this motherfucker's a monster, bro. 32 carries, 143 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's just fucking ridiculous. That's about all I can say. It's crazy because in my fantasy league, I don't know how this happened. I mean, I'm partially to blame because I didn't fucking draft him, but he went 3rd round somehow. I don't know. This hat's just kind of all over. I'm trying to get it. Nope. Yeah, it's kind of working. There we go. Yeah, he was 3rd round in my league, which is ridiculous. People are just idiots. And Jonathan Taylor, man, just continues to be a fucking monster. It's ridiculous. Pittman continues to produce, man. He is a great piece. Carson Wentz needed some weapons. Listen, I'm still not huge on Carson Wentz. He only had 158 yards and a touchdown, but he's got weapons that he didn't have with Philadelphia. Jonathan Taylor is better than anything the Eagles have ever seen at running back, and Michael Pittman Jr. is definitely better than any receiver that they had over there in Philly. So, Colts are 7-6. Yeah, 7-6 now. They're in the playoff hunt, and they won again. Good for them. Vikings, Lions. Lions, get off the fucking losing train, bro. The Vikings, you guys stink, man. You're a mediocre team at best. That's why you're 5-7. The Lions win a game. I mean, listen, I don't know what it is. Kirk Cousins had 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cook was out of this game, so that hurts. Justin Jefferson, as usual, 182 yards, monster. Adam Thielen, 1 reception. I haven't heard much from him lately. I don't know what's going on, but that's probably another reason why they're not producing like they should. But you lose to the Lions, man. That's terrible. Jared Goff, 296, 3 touchdowns, interception. They were without Swift, so Jamal Williams steps in, has 71 yards rushing, and they just had the ball spread all over the place. So shout out to the Lions, man. They get off the the O and whatever train, and they get in the winner's circle with their first win of the season in week. Fuck, are we at week like 14, 13? Boom, 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 boom. We continue to move along. Dolphins, Giants. Wait, I went Vikings, so I got that wrong. I don't know anybody that went Lions. Dolphins win. I picked the Dolphins. This game wasn't very close. Tua, man, he's not like ridiculous, but 244, 2 touchdowns. Great game for him. Gaskins, 44 yards rushing. Jalen Waddle, 90 yards and 9 receptions. Listen, Dolphins have kind of been on a roll a little bit lately. They've won a few games here. Giants continue to suck. Mike Glennon I don't know how Mike Glennon is still in the fucking league. I think I read a stat the other day where he's like 6-22 as a starter. How does this guy continue to get signed each and every year? It's beyond me. And, of course, he has quarterbacks ahead of him that are going down because he gets these starts. But, again, what the hell is going on where this guy is still in the league at 6-22 as a starter? I guess you got to sign someone at backup, so, hey. But yeah, that's about it. Ain't much else to say about that game. Dolphins rolling a little bit. Bucks, Falcons. I went Bucks, of course. Falcons suck, man. They're not good. They need to like flip this whole team over. Russell Gage has been out. Who else is there? Let me see real quick. I think he had some mental issues. Not Galloway, but Ridley. Calvin Ridley's been gone all most of the year. He's had like some mental issues. He's had some lingering injuries. So it doesn't help. They don't have a running game. I mean, Patterson comes in, has 78 yards. I thought like Mike Davis would be the featured back, but I didn't believe too much in him. He was a backup in Carolina. Did okay when McCaffrey went down. He wasn't anything like special, but they got no run game. Russell Gage is a nice little piece, but they still need more. Kyle Pitts has been okay, man. The people were hyping him up all offseason. Oh, he's the next greatest tight end. Maybe he will be, but this year he's been okay. I mean, he hasn't been like outstanding. So they just, and then Matt Ryan. I don't know, man. He puts up stats, but I've never believed in Matt Ryan ever. So Tom Brady does nothing but win. 368, 4 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, 44 yards rushing. Chris Goodwin was ridiculous, 143 yards receiving. Evans, 99. Rob Gronkowski, Gronk, eating as usual. 2 fucking touchdowns, fantasy points. Motherfuckers, man, listen, I'm a fucking fantasy. I'm teetering. I'm really teetering on fantasy genius. Rob Gronkowski, I don't know what people were thinking. I'm sure he's been picked up in a lot of other leagues. But nobody picked this guy up. He was my backup tight end. You know what I mean? And this guy's done nothing but produce when he wasn't injured. I hit the spots. I hit these players that nobody thinks of. And they come through for me. Like every year. Who was James Robinson last year? Nobody thought of him for the Jags. I pick him up. This guy does nothing but produce. Montgomery, I pick him up, produces. I've had a couple other like sleeper picks that have just fucking went off. I get Cooper Kupp this year. I don't know how he was around, but that man's been doing nothing but averaging like 200 yards a game. But I'm like 11-2 in my league right now. I'm a freaking monster. So, but anyways, back on track. The Buccaneers are rolling. They're gonna be very hard to beat, especially in the NFC. I mean, there's a couple teams I could see competing. Cowboys, Packers. I still don't believe in the Cardinals, man. I don't. I honestly believe in the Rams over the Cardinals, so maybe the Rams. and that's it. I mean, I think there's 3 real teams: the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Packers. Like I said, I don't believe in the Cardinals. They're 10-2 right now, but I don't believe in them. Yeah, Tom Brady, 85 years old, just continues to win. Shout out to Tom Brady. As we continue along, where are we here? Eagles Jets. This game was trash. Did I skip this game? I thought I went Eagles. I think I went Eagles, but I don't have it written down. Not that I see. So I'll just get. I mean, there wasn't much to say about this. I'll say this: fucking Minshew comes in. Gardner Minshew comes in, 242, 2 touchdowns, and they get a win. Good for Minshew. Got out of Jacksonville. Gets another start here in Philly and wins. I bet you when they're home, if Gardner Minshew plays, that crowd's gonna fucking love Gardner Minshew out there in Philly. Guarantee it. Not much else to say about that. Jets are trash. They're terrible. Cardinals Bears. Cardinals win. Did I miss like 7 games on here? I for sure would have went Cardinals. I don't have Cardinals on here either. But I mean, again, not much to say. The Bears are trash. Kyler Murray, 123, 2 touchdowns. Nothing crazy, but they win. James Conner put up yards, 75 yards rushing. Kyler Murray ran for another 59. Hopkins, I mean, the ball was spread around. It wasn't nothing crazy. Like I said, he had, 123 yards. So, it wasn't anything crazy. Ball was spread around, but they played the Bears. Bears are trash. Who was it? Dalton playing? Andy Dalton. 4 interceptions. Enough say. You throw 4 interceptions, you're not winning. Chargers, Bengals. I went Bengals. Chargers showed up, man. They not even lightweight. They whooped the Bengals' ass, man. Justin Herbert coming back around. 317, 3 touchdowns. Eckler does nothing but produce. 59 yards rushing. And he had another 45 receiving. Mike Williams is a beast, man. 110 yards. Jalen Guyton had another 90. Keenan Allen's kind of been really quiet lately. I haven't heard much from him, but he had 34 yards this game. Listen, Chargers have kind of been back and forth all season. I don't believe in them at this point. I think the Bengals are better. I would take Bengals right now in the playoffs if they met each other in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Listen, Justin Herbert is a stud. He's a star in the making, in my opinion. But Joe Burrow's right there with him. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to click that. My bad. Joe Burrow, 300 yards, 2 interceptions today. I had to crack that. Sunday, so that's what pretty much did him in. 2 interceptions. You can't make mistakes if that offense is rolling, and that offense was rolling. Mixon had 54. Higgins, 138 yards. Boyd, 85. Chase, 52. I mean, the receiving core is nasty. Chase, Boyd, and Higgins, great fucking trio right there. And then Nick Mixon, when he's healthy, is a problem. So I believe in the Bengals more going forward than the Chargers, but we'll see what happens. What else we got here? Jags, Rams, that was a blowout. I knew that was coming. Hey, Odell Beckham, since leaving the Browns, I mean, he only had 2 catches for, 28 yards, I believe, second touchdown. He's had 2 touchdowns since leaving the Browns. He had none in whatever it was, 8 games with the Browns. Good for him. Washington Raiders, I went Raiders. Washington wins. I mean, they're nothing fancy, but they're sticking around. Washington's sticking around. Hinkie, another 196 yards, nothing great. 2 TDs and an interception. Gibson steps up because they were out. Someone out. Maybe I'm thinking McLaren, but he wasn't out. I'm thinking Deebo Samuel with the 49ers is out. But, hey, Washington, I mean, they're not a real threat in my mind, but they're 500, man. They're in the race. 49ers, Seahawks. I went Seahawks. They finally bounced back, get it done. Russell Wilson's getting it together a little bit. 231, 2 touchdowns. Still had an interception. The running back was, running backs by committee. Homer at 80 yards, but he had a big run because he had 3 carries. Rashard Penny, 35. Adrian Peterson got a little bit of tick, 11 for 16. Good for him. Lockett, Metcalf, they all showed up. Yeah, with Deebo Samuel going down, I thought that the 49ers were going to struggle. And George Kittle eats, I just bit my tongue, ate up like a fucking monster. 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Garoppolo, 299, 2 TDs and 2 interceptions. But they just didn't have enough outside of Kittle to get it going. I mean, they only lost by a touchdown, nothing crazy, but we'll see where they go forward. They're 6-6 now. Seahawks bounce back 4-8. Oh, shit. What am I doing? Clicking stuff that ain't supposed to be clicked. Broncos, Chiefs. I went Chiefs. Broncos, they suck. They continue to roll, man. They're not like blowing teams out this year, but they're 8-4. They bounced back from that rocky start. Watch out for them in the playoffs. And then Patriots, Bills. I went Patriots, man. Patriots are a fucking problem. I said it. I think I said it last week. I would not want to see this team in the playoffs. I would not. Outside of them, I'm not really scared of anybody in the AFC. I mean, at any given time, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes are like destined to go off. Any given time, they can go off at any point. They have a high-powered offense. It's just what they do. But right now, man, the Patriots defense is ridiculous. 3 total passes by Mac Jones for 19 yards. They had, I believe, 40 rushes. Damian Harris had 10 for 111. Stevenson had 24 for 78. Bolden had another 28 yards rushing. They just ran the ball. The weather was disgusting out in Buffalo. Windy, snowing. Listen, Bill Belichick isn't the best for no reason. You have conditions like that. You rely on your run game. Buffalo does not have a run game. They struggled. Josh Allen, 145 yards. That's not going to get it done. And the run game is basically nothing. He led the rushing game with 39 yards. Singletary had 36. That's not going to get it done, especially if you play a team that can score. And, I mean, the Patriots didn't need to score a lot. They scored 2 touchdowns, and that was it. But if you get up and Buffalo has shitty-ass weather, man, you come along that type of conditions in the playoffs, Buffalo's going to be in trouble, man. Even the playoffs, they're going to struggle a little bit. They have a close game where Josh Allen isn't throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, and it's just a gritty, punch them in the mouth type game like it was with the Patriots. I don't believe in them for a close game because they have no run game whatsoever. And if Josh Allen's not getting it done through the air, which he didn't do against the Patriots, they're done. If they can't get the pass game going, it's over. 30 attempts, 15 for 30, and only had 145 yards off of 30 attempts. That's not going to get it done. And you can't go. They can't rely on the run game. They just can't. They have no run game. Singletary can go off at some times, but they don't rely on him enough. I mean, you see, Josh Allen ran more than him. Well, had more rushing yards, 4 less rushes. Your starting running back only has 10 rushes. It's not going to get it done. So, close game, punch them in the mouth, a strong defensive game. Josh Allen's not getting it done through the air. They're done. They have nothing to fall back on. So, I don't believe in them in the playoffs. Right now, the Patriots, I believe in the playoffs. The Chiefs, I believe in the playoffs. Outside of that, no one else really scares me in the AFC. Like I said, Patriots, they're leading the division. They're leading the AFC in general, the best team in the AFC. Chiefs are right there, 8-4. I believe in them. Again, I'm not sold on the Chargers right now, man. Come playoffs, I'm just not sold. The Raiders have fell off. They won't be there. Ravens, we didn't talk about them. Ravens, Steelers. The Ravens lost to the Steelers this week. They go for 2. I don't blame them. there's like 10 seconds left in the game. They go for 2 instead of kicking the field goal to go to overtime. I don't blame them. They're banged up. You're in Pittsburgh. Go for the win. I mean, I would say you do that you go for 2 10 times. If you out of 10 times, they probably get that 2-point conversion 7 out of 10 times if they try, 10 times. Lamar Jackson just has not looked good. On that play, that 2-point conversion, he overthrows Andrews right on the end zone, just a little too far out of his grasp, and that does it. I mean, he's turned the ball over. He hasn't looked great. Here we go, 253. But he didn't look great in that game. 1 touchdown. Only had 55 yards rushing, which doesn't help them because Devontae Freeman's not getting it done. He had 52. But I don't believe in the Ravens right now, man. The Bengals are right on their ass. If somehow, Steelers are, 2 games back basically. They're 6-5. The Browns are kind of right there, 6-6. That division is wide open, man. The Ravens continue to struggle. They play the Browns this week. They lose. The Browns go up 7-6, and at that point, the Ravens are 8-5. And who do the Bengals play this week? They play the 49ers. It's not a guarantee, but it should be a good game. They're at home. Jimmy G, I don't believe in. They have a good chance of winning that game. So they might drop out of first place after this week if the Browns win. We'll see what happens. But I don't believe in the Ravens. I really don't believe in anybody in the AFC North, to be honest with you. Oh, excuse me. I think the Bengals have the best offense of the AFC North. And that's the only reason why I give them like the golly, these fucking hiccups. That's the only reason I give them the edge right now is just because their offense is better than anybody else in the division. Their offense is better than the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns. So if Ravens lose this week and the Bengals win, watch out. I think the Bengals take the division. Titans, I don't believe in them. They got no run game. I don't believe in fucking Tannehill. I don't. They don't scare me whatsoever. And I say, the Colts might make the playoffs. The wild cards, I don't know. It's wide open, man. Bills 7-5. The Chargers are 7-5. The AFC North is basically wide open, so one of those teams might make it. And then you got the Colts 7-6. So, but again, outside the Chiefs and Patriots, I don't believe in any team in the AFC. None of them scare me whatsoever. So we'll see what happens going forward. All right, let's make these picks for this week. Steelers, Vikings. Vikings are at home. Steelers didn't play great. They won't be home. They don't have the home field advantage. I'm going to go Vikings this week. I don't believe in either team, but someone's got to win. Saints, Jets, this game sucks. Jets are home. I'm going to go Jets, man, just because they're home. If Taysom Hill's playing again, they're in trouble. Falcons, Panthers. This game also sucks. Panthers are at home. I'm going to go Panthers. Someone's got to win. Again, the game sucks. Seahawks, Texans. Tyrod Taylor's done, I believe. Russell Wilson's getting it back together. Seahawks over the Texans, I'm sorry. Raiders, Chiefs. Chiefs are rolling, man. And the Raiders are trending in the opposite direction. Chiefs over the Raiders. Jeez. Chiefs over the Raiders. Chiefs are at home. Browns, Ravens. You know what? Browns are at home. The weather isn't going to be great. I don't believe. It might be about 40, but it's been cold out here and snowing. I'm going to go Browns, man. They had the week off. They bounced back, beat the Ravens this week. Cowboys, Washington. It's kind of big for the division, although I don't think the Washington will catch the Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys. Washington's won a couple here in a row. They're doing all right. Titans, Jaguars. Titans by default. I don't believe in the Titans. Like I said, Jaguars are top 3 worst teams in the league. So Giants, Chargers. Chargers are at home. They're rolling. Should not lose to the Giants. Giants over the Chargers. Broncos, Lions. This game suck, but Broncos are at home. Broncos. I don't think the Lions will win another game. They got their one. Kudos to you. 49ers, Bengals. Bengals are at home. Like I said, I don't believe in Jimmy G. I'm going Bengals. Bills, Bucks. This is going to be a good game. It won't be low scoring like the Bills Patriots. It's gonna be a shootout. But I'm gonna go Buccaneers. They're at home. Tom Brady has drank water from the fountain of youth. He's just a fucking monster. They have a better offense than the Bills. Bucks over the Bills. Packers, Bears. This should be a blowout. The Packers score more than one touchdown, or the Bears score more than one touchdown. I'm surprised. Rams, Cardinals. Like I said, man, I don't believe in the Cardinals. The Rams lost, but then they bounced back last week. Cardinals didn't look great. Kyler Murray had, like I said, 123, 153, something like that. I'm going Rams over the Cardinals. That's the NFL there. A little bit of NBA shit. Some news that sparked up over the past day or so. Apparently, Damian Lillard said that he would like to play with Ben Simmons. Keep an eye on that. C.J. McCollum has a pneumothorax. For those that don't know, it's like a punctured lung, so he's gonna be probably sidelined for a little bit. But even with that, man, look for the Blazers to take a run at Ben Simmons. What else the Pacers basically said they're in rebuild mode. They're gonna give up LeVert and either Sabonis or fuck's the center's name? Sabonis or why can't I think of his name? Shame on me. Is he hurt right now? LeVert only had 4 points the other day against the fucking Timberwolves. I'm sorry. Why can't I think of his name? Miles Turner. So either Miles Turner and LeVert or Sabonis and LeVert, they're willing to make a package deal. They're apparently trying to rebuild. I mean, listen, Justin Holiday isn't the answer. Sabonis is a beast. Miles Turner is nice, but he's kind of, in and out. Brogdon's been good. LeVert, come and go. But apparently, I mean, listen, right now they are, 9-13, not doing good. So they're looking to try to flip this thing around. What else? Steph Curry keeps going off on his run at most three-pointers ever in the NBA. I think he's like 20 away from Ray Allen right now. So look for that to be broken in like 2 weeks. The Lakers, man. The Lakers still struggling. Shit. There we go. Lakers, man, they just continue to struggle, man. 12-12. I mean, they're still 7th in the West, kind of by default. The Nuggets haven't been good. Timberwolves somehow around. Trailblazers are trash. So, Charles Barkley on TNT tonight or whatever it's called, basically called out Anthony Davis, and I don't blame him, man. I guess they've been blaming Frank Vogel lately, and they're thinking about letting him go. I mean, guy takes you to a championship 2 years ago, and you're ready to let him go. But Anthony Davis, man, just hasn't stepped up like he needed to. LeBron's been out of the lineup with some injuries and some COVID shit. Westbrook's been all right. DeAndre Jordan you can't count on. Melo will give you what he can off the bench, which hasn't been a lot lately. Avery Bradley is okay, but there's not to depend on. I mean, Anthony Davis, I don't blame you, Chuck, for calling him out. That man needs to step up. He should be averaging like 30 a game right now. He should take over. LeBron James is definitely on the decline of his career. He's got a couple years left. It's time for him to step up, man. Anthony Davis, you need to get the shit done, and he hasn't. So See what happens. Warriors continue to roll. Best team in the league, I believe. Yes, best team in the league. Suns are right there behind them. Jazz doing all right. What about my Cavs? They lost yesterday, I think, to the Bucks. They've dropped down to 9th, 13 and 12. Had a little rough stretch here. Lost to the Jazz and lost to the Bucks. Beat the Wizards and beat the Heat and beat the Mavericks. So three out of 5. You got to compete against the good teams. Jazz, Bucks. I mean, listen, you beat the Mavericks, they're a good team. Beat the Heat, they're a good team. The Wizards are a good team. So you beat some good teams, but the upper echelon of teams just couldn't get it done the last couple days. When do they play? They play the Bulls tomorrow. Another good team. DeRozan might be out. He's in COVID protocol, so that will help in the Cavs' favor if he is gone. We'll see how that goes. But then, Cavs, Timberwolves should win. Kings should win. Heat, toss up. Rockets should win. Bucks, Hawks, they haven't looked great this year. And after that, Celtics have beat them already, and Raptors aren't good as Pelicans. I mean, they got a decent schedule coming up where they can build up some wins for sure. Speaking of Pelicans, man, there was a picture taken of Zion Williamson the other day at the game in his street clothes. This guy looks like he's about 340 pounds. I've joked around in the past. I honestly never have believed in Zion as like the next thing or even a centerpiece around my team. I wouldn't have drafted him as the centerpiece. 6'6", 6'7", he plays as a 4. He's an undersized 4. Could jump out the gym, but doesn't have much of an outside game. I felt he was heavy coming into the league. He has some injuries at Duke, has some injuries with the Pelicans. Trying to come back from an injury now, and this man is just completely out of shape. It's ridiculous. I honestly believe right now either he needs to go to another team because the Pelicans have pretty much just said do whatever you want to because they had like some drama with his family. It was said that he didn't want to be in New Orleans anymore. So I think they're just catering to this man. Do whatever you want and then come back. But doing whatever he wants has got this guy to 340 fucking pounds, if not heavier. He might be like 350, 360. I don't know. He's big. And he was set back at least a week from trying to return to like training mode to get back. In all honesty, man, if this keeps up, this guy will be done. He might not be out the league. There will be teams that sign him, but his career will be done in 2 years. And he will be a Sean Kemp going to the Cavs, where he comes back after that lockout and what was it, like 96 or something like that. Out of shape, fat. Your athleticism is going to struggle with it, and you're just not going to fucking bounce back. It's just going to be done at that point. And that's the way he's heading right now. Someone better get in this man's ear and tell him to fucking wake up, get your ass in gear, take this shit serious, condition, get back in shape, and try to return because we're mid-December and this guy's not even close to coming back. I don't think he'll be back before All-Star break. Maybe he'll be back. If he's not back by All-Star break, there's no reason for this guy to even come back. There's no reason for him to play 2 months of the season. What the hell is that going to do for him? So he might not even come back the whole season. We'll see what happens. Zion Williamson, get your shit together or your career's done, buddy boy. Fucking chubby boy. College playoffs. They had a couple championship games for conferences. The playoffs are set. Alabama is number 1. Michigan is number 2. Cincinnati. Shout out to Cincinnati, man. I've been rooting for them all year. I'm glad they're in the playoffs. A switch up. But Michigan and Cincinnati is just a difference in what it's been lately. I would definitely much rather see Ohio State, but it's a nice switch up. And, of course, Alabama's there every year. And then Georgia. So Alabama plays Cincinnati. Probably going to be a blowout, like fucking 40-14. Michigan, Georgia, that's going to be a close game. I hate Michigan. I do not like them, but I think they can beat Georgia. So watch out for that. Ohio State plays Utah in the Rose Bowl. That's something to keep an eye out. I think Oklahoma State plays Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Yeah, Oklahoma State. Is that the Fiesta Bowl? Let's see any other big game. I think Michigan State plays Pitt, which isn't a bad game. Nobody cares. Alright, so yeah, that's that, man. I'm gonna keep rolling, man. Y'all keep rolling with me. There might be some changes coming New Year. After the New Year, there might be some changes coming, so look out for that. We'll see how things go. Again, just, hey, go to YouTube. I got a bunch of views. For me, a bunch of views. It's still not anywhere near where I want to be, but I got a bunch of views this week. Continue to, take a look at the episodes, watch them, share them, like them, subscribe to the channel. Facebook, there's a group. Join the Facebook group. Always a lot of convos going there. Twitter, Instagram, I haven't really been participating on that as much. So I got to get back into that. And then, Twitch, I got a Twitch page that we put up. So if you're on Twitch, watch us there. So, hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Continue to support. I'll be back next week. Y'all enjoy yourselves. And, yeah,